Welcome guys to our first video quiz review. This quiz 1, ABC quiz 1, will cover topics 1 through 5, expressions and equations, evaluating functions, evaluating piecewise functions, performing operations with functions, and then domain and range. So this is a good review. I would recommend just pausing the screen each time it changes and then viewing your solution. So here are the first 4 problems on topic 1. And here are the solutions. Next, we will move on to the next few problems involving functions. Okay, here are problems 5 through 8. Note we have 2 functions. And this is practicing evaluating functions and some operations. Go ahead and pause to answer these 5 questions, as well as also identifying the domain of f. Here are the worked out solutions to them. The domain of f is going to end up being all real numbers because this is just a polynomial and x is not in the denominator or under a square root. Make sure you check the other ones to make sure that you worked through them correctly and combined like terms correctly. Be careful, I'm going to throw some tricky stuff in there, like subtracting, making sure you have parentheses around what you're subtracting so you're distributing the negative through, understanding PEMDAS, right, making sure that you first square then multiply, not the other way around. So just a couple tricky things in there, so just be careful when you work through it. Okay, the next page will be our last few questions. Okay, these last 4 questions are dealing with a piecewise function, f of x, and then a radical function, g of x. So go ahead and pause and work through these 4. Okay, here are the solutions to these 4 problems. Domain and range. So in this case, there was not anything graphed. So if you use your calculator, you're able to more clearly see the range. Please be aware that when you have any sorts of infinities, you need to have open parentheses. And if you can include a number, you should have closed parentheses. Piecewise, just be sure you know which piece to use when evaluating. So for number 10, f of -5, we had to use this top function. Whereas for f of -2, because -2 is greater than -5, we use the bottom function. Again, squaring a negative is a positive number. That's why I threw that one in there. We also tested out absolute value, which no matter what's on the inside will pop out as a positive. And then number 12 is testing evaluating functions by plugging in another function. So I'm not asking you to evaluate at a number, I'm asking you to evaluate at x plus 2. Therefore, we plugged in x plus 2 where there was an x, distributed the -2 through, and then combined like terms to get our final answer. Okay, your assignment today is going to be our first virtual quiz. It will be the ABC Algebra Bootcamp Quiz 1 on Blackbaud. It is on Blackbaud as an attachment. You by no means have to print. If you want to print and then upload that, feel free. If you just want to view it on your computer, it's a PDF. And then as you've been doing, just do it on your own sheet of paper. Totally fine. Please make sure your solutions are uploaded by Friday at noon. If they are not uploaded by Friday at noon, there will be a late penalty. I don't know exactly what that will be yet, but be sure that you have this one in on time. I've been kind of lax with time, but in this case, there will be a late penalty. And please abide by the honor code. Normally on assignments, I would encourage you to work together if you have a friend who's also doing this. But because this is an assessment, I ask that you do not work together. Of course, you can use notes. You can use the past videos, any resources online. Just do it yourself. All right, best of luck, and I will get those graded ASAP. Bye-bye.